I'm so happy to have you back, geologists. How are you? Ooh, I love hearing when you're all doing well. Were any of you able to make your own rock models last night? Oh, some of you did. How did it go? Okay, that's great. Some of you saw some erosion. Remember, that explains to us what happens to rocks when it moves or is worn down. I wanted to show you some landforms today that show us erosion. Oh, yeah. Thanks for asking about the word landform. A landform is a feature of Earth's surface, such as a mountain, a cliff, or a valley. These landforms take a very long period of time to erode. The ones that we're going to learn about and focus on today are ones that we can find here in San Francisco. We are going to focus on the ones on the coast that we can observe. These landforms are on the water, so they are constantly interacting with the strong waves from the ocean. We're going to learn about cliffs, peninsulas, and bays. Have you heard of any of these landforms? Great. Most of you recognize cliffs and bays. The second one we should all know because San Francisco is in the Bay Area. Today we'll learn why it's called that. We should just go ahead and get started. Let's start with the bay. A bay is defined as water surrounded by land on 3 sides. Our bay is surrounded by San Mateo County, Alameda County, and Santa Clara County. Let's look at some examples on the screen of different bays. What did you notice? Yeah, you could see the land on the 3 sides and the water. That's great. I have my sketch here of the San Francisco Bay so we could double check for ourselves. So let's check it out. We can count the sides with land. So this is our bay. Here's the water. And we have 1, 2, 3 sides with land. I wonder how erosion plays into that. We'll see. The other landform that I mentioned is peninsula. This one's a little similar to a bay, but actually it's the opposite. You'll see. It's a landform surrounded by water on 3 sides. Why don't we observe some images of peninsulas? What did you notice? I noticed that too. It was connected to more land on one side and had water on the other 3. A peninsula is a word used to describe the city and county of San Francisco. If you look at a map, San Francisco is connected at the south, as you can see, and surrounded by water on all 3 other sides. Great observations, geologists. The San Francisco Bay Area has been forming for thousands and thousands of years, and some parts for even longer. But our peninsula is not only influenced by erosion, but also by earthquakes. This area has received a lot of geologic activity in the past, and that has influenced how it's shaped. But let's get to our final landform. This one can be found along the Great Highway between Sunset and Richmond. Cliffs. Cliffs are steep drop-offs in the land. Ours leads straight into the ocean. Let's check out some images of other cliffs. So it seems that cliffs aren't always along oceans. Some just drop off into more rocks. I read that they are also formed through erosion and water. It seems like water is actually really strong. I mean, it's wearing down rocks. But based on my research, this doesn't happen as quickly as we saw in our models. Geologists, I think we're almost ready to answer our question tomorrow. I enjoyed learning about the different landforms with you today. Which one of these was new to you? That's great that you got to learn about it. Well, please enjoy the rest of the show. I can't wait to learn even more with you tomorrow.